Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year, except for next Saturday. Tonight I'm joined on mic by Tyler.
Hey guys.
And Bob Jones.
Hello, part 2.
Plus Brainy Cat's off to the side.
Hello.
We're happy to be streaming Dawn of the Monsters for Xbox. You can see the game starts out asking you to select your language and players, and then it knocks you into the intro as opposed to going to a title screen first. I asked them about that in my interview when I interviewed the developers. I hope everybody checked out that developer interview we published. This game comes from WayForward and 13am Games, makers of Runbow.
It's alright.
Uh-oh, Canadians are in trouble. A new contract, Darker Player? No, I just...
Quick, Erica, get back out.
Just restarted it. Hey, Brian. Aegis Prime. Oh, he's got a toy of himself. Tempest Galahad.
Yes, this is the fancy robot pilots.
I don't hear an echo. Does the rest of the audience hear an echo? You do, Vlad?
Sounds like it.
Okay, let's see what I can do about that.
Usually I hear them and I'm not.
How about now? As usual, I have changed nothing about the sound settings, but it likes to randomly do different things. Okay, that fixed it. Thank you. It may have to do with the order in which I launched the programs, because this time I launched the Elgato program first and then OBS. Look at that amazing animated intro, everybody. Very cool, right? This game is a beat-em-up about kaiju, right? So, like, the developers seem to really understand some of the things that people like about giant monsters and giant superheroes. I have to run the program for the Elgato if I want to hear the game audio while I'm doing the stream. Yeah, I don't know how other people have their things set up, but I don't get any game audio without the Elgato running. I mean,
you can do audio loops and extractions if you want.
Yeah, maybe there's another way. It's not a particularly difficult thing to do. Alright. So, now we see this space station using the listen feature in Windows. That's interesting. Maybe you'll have to tell me about that sometime. I don't know if it would be any better, but maybe. Yeah, no, you're definitely right about that, Brian. I mean, thankfully my computer can handle it. It's never been a problem, but you're right that it would be better not to have to use the Elgato when we're not trying to capture video. Goro, Goro, it says in Japanese. Thank you, Braumeister. By the way, Braumeister the other day was streaming, I think it was Doom or Doom 2, but with a horror mod. It made it look like a whole different game. Like, it reminded me of Killing Floor or something. Here we are. Look at that cool... I think that's a Moore effect. Is that the name of the effect they were using for the smoke? Monday, yeah. Yeah, it was really interesting. It didn't even look like Doom. Total Chaos GZ Doom mod. Alright, here we are. You're the green guy, I'm the red guy.
Okay.
Let's do this. You can see the backgrounds. I mean, everything is actually 3D. It plays 2D, but it's...
Got buildings.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a cell shading effect.
Uses the buildings as weapons.
Yeah. Well, I would like to. She keeps knocking... There, I got one, finally.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was having fun.
Yeah, this game has some of the destruction fun that you get from a game like Earth Defense Force. Zombies Ate My Neighbors modded to play like Doom. Horror Acolyte, that sounds very interesting. Tyler, have you gotten that Zombies Ate My Neighbors collection on console?
No. I don't even remember what Zombies Ate My Neighbors is.
Really? It's kind of a beloved Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis game. Or at least Super Nintendo, I forget. It was a kind of a top-down shooter, and you play it, you know, it's like themed after classic horror movies. A little bit like Mars Attacks mixed with like Frankenstein and different kinds of monsters like that.
Interesting.
light
Yeah,
attack.
I mean the name rings a bell, but I don't know much about it or anything about it really.
There's actually been like several different indie games that are trying to be like it. Like it really is fondly remembered by certain gamer crowds.
And they did a remade collection or something.
It's just a collection that contains both of the classic games and maybe like save states and stuff. I don't know.
Gotcha. Ghoul Patrol.
Yeah, that's right. And Ghoul Patrol is not as good. It was kind of troubled developmentally, but it's still okay.
It came from space and ate our brains.
That sounds about right.
That's the name of a video game.
Tore his head off, and then you can use his head as a weapon, which is great. Doing great, darling. So yeah, if you ever see it on sale again for half off, because it's been on sale for half off a couple times, I would recommend it. Like you'll easily get enough time out of it. And it's a bit challenging. Oh, I forgot which character I was. I'm a fool. Sorry, darling.
So, are the responsive controllers like sluggish because we're so big?
Yeah, I mean, we move kind of slowly because we're giant monsters.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's on sale right now on Xbox.
Physics.
Good point, Horacolite.
Physics.
By the way,
it's on
this...
sale on PlayStation 2, $7.50.
Nice, yeah. Totally worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a bunch of game sales happening right now, actually.
Yeah, I need to go through the PlayStation sale. It's such a hassle anymore. I don't even
Agreed.
go through them a lot of times.
Yeah, the Xbox sale, if you look at it through the website, they mix in, like, non-Xbox PC games, you know, and it makes it kind of confusing and annoying.
Thanks. 1 second.
The PlayStation's better to search on the
Is
website.
it these?
Yeah, left trigger and right trigger,
Okay.
I believe is what it means. Right to dodge, left to guard. Some attacks can break through the guard. So if you see that little red flashing over them, dodge instead of guarding. That would be really cool, Darker Player. I would love a Metroidvania-style Superman game. There is a Superman arcade game that had two-player co-op, and guess who the second player was? Blue Superman. There were just two Supermen. And which doesn't make any sense, right? They would never do it that way nowadays. But it was a fun game. It had really good graphics and sound for the time. It was made by Taito.
The Superman Doomsday game on the Super Nintendo was the best Superman game.
Yeah, I've never played that one. Tear your head off. How about that? Yeah, we are slow and clunky, so it feels differently from your average beat 'em up. But I mean, it still plays like a beat 'em up. It's not like, hey, this doesn't play right or something. We could just walk through the overpass. Horacolite says Superman 64 is the best Superman.
During that Unreal Engine show a few days ago, there was a Superman-like demo that people really liked.
You need that, darling.
I didn't.
Human Brian makes a good point, and that is that the PlayStation web store no longer has screenshots, which is really annoying. So yeah, it makes it very hard to browse and buy things you don't already know about. Rage attacks. When you have enough rage energy, press L plus X. Okay, we'll have to try that soon. Man, this city has just come. You're going the wrong way.
Sorry.
The city is torn up.
That's what happens when it's attacked by giant monsters.
Apparently so. There's my rage attack. I shot fire. Ah! I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, no, I'm out. That's why I can't do it. Hey! Am I hitting you? No, that's not you. Okay. Pull your head off. I'm sorry, but just being able to pull an enemy's head off is pretty darn cool. Whoa! What was that? That was your move?
I don't think so.
Screen rank C. Yeah, my bad. Is that guy our friend? He looks like he's a friend. He's not attacking us. Look, we
It's
got a little.
Brandy's baby monster.
We got a fanboy. Yeah, I think
got
you
a
had
baby monster?
Yeah, apparently. This is wild. Hey, Dark Six. Yeah, you're right, Dark Six. So shopping on the console is the way to go. And the shopping experience on Xbox console is still better than the PC experience.
Hey, Dementia.
Dementia! We saw Dementia during Horror Acolyte's stream earlier. Dementia, did you already follow Horror Acolyte, or did you start following him just recently?
Okay, I'm back.
Tyler, we missed you.
And I agree that the PlayStation Web Store is really sad on the game listing pages. Like, there's so
Whenever
much
they
space
did that
doesn't show
update
anything.
last year, for
Yeah. And I think they used to have screenshots. Didn't they have screenshots in the past?
Absolutely, yeah,
it
absolutely.
used to be
And
just like the
videos.
console version until they did the weird modern redesign.
LNR
Yeah,
when
it's
the meter
horrible
is
now.
full. Okay. Fill it by finding power-ups. Okay. Let's get some power-ups. That's a power-up. Let's talk about the Halo show real quick. Bob Jones, have you gotten to watch Halo yet?
Yeah, I've watched it all so far.
Awesome. How are you liking it?
I like it. It's good.
Me too.
Nice little touch that they actually have the same voice actress that's in the game for Cortana.
Yes, Cortana playing. Yeah, she looks different, but she's got her real voice, which is really cool. I wish they used the real Halo music, because so far I think there's been some like little tiny allusions to it, but they haven't just played the main theme. Maybe they're saving that for when they get to the
They're
actual
saving
Halo.
it for more epic stuff. Like, yeah, they'll bring out the classic Halo music style for when there's like an epic fight scene. Or
If they play the real Halo theme like during an epic moment, I will freak. I'll lose my stuff. Yeah, exactly. Brian, totally right. But I mean, the show is very good.
Oh, one thing about the
Alpha.
Halo is the CGI for the Prophets is really good.
Yeah, they look very good. Some of the, like there's times when they're walking through like a environment
Yeah,
that's
doing
mostly
mine,
green
but
screened,
it's not
and
doing
you can
anything.
tell a little bit, but not always. Like mostly, it is a very, very good looking show. I heard another achievement. Ah, God! Whoa!
That was mine.
Up from the depths.
That was
Performed
my...
his cataclysm attack. Okay, let me do mine. Take that, buddy.
Nice.
Another
Randy
achievement. Yeah.
apparently
Oh, look at that. That
summoned
is,
the ocean somehow.
dude. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Ah,
My other big attack had the...
I gotta remember to
had
block sometimes.
water
I'm not even thinking
too.
about it. Hey, Chicago, we're glad you made
I
it.
think I'm a water cashew.
Spazful, don't be like that. But seriously, like the second episode wasn't that good. The second episode has this crazy guy who's like giving Master Chief warnings and stuff, and the crazy guy is just like totally lame, and you don't feel sorry for him like you're probably supposed to and stuff. Like he's just crazy and annoying. So I would say that episode where I was a little worried. I was like, how good is this show going to be? But then the third episode was just great. I mean, like it really bounced back.
The second one had the crazy guy because they wanted to show you what happens when somebody accesses Forerunner and take one they're not supposed to.
Yeah, and I mean, like, they could have done it better, like, it's like 10 or 15 minutes with that guy. It felt like 20, however long it was, and he was just obnoxious.
So
it wasn't good.
I have no background. The first one was okay. Didn't know where it was going. I was just eh. Second one, they almost lost me. Third one was amazing. So...
Yeah, like, now we can see cool things are about to happen. Cortana's not in the show right away, but you get her after a while, and when she comes in the show, she's interesting and cool. And, yeah, just the direction the story's going. Like, they're kind of
She
leading...
exists a little different than the games, but not that different, actually.
Yeah, not it's just that the human side, the UNSC, is not as good as they are in the games. Like in the games, they're mostly good, but a little bit cruel and stuff,
Oh,
But
no. In the games, they're just like they are in this TV show. We just don't see it that much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We mostly just see them doing good things, and like on the off to the side, there's some bad things, but like in the show, they like really enjoy showing the bad things. But and so that extends to Cortana a little bit. Like she's not 100% good when we meet her. Not to be a spoiler there, but still, they're building up to the events of the first game, and it's just getting there in an unpredictable way, and it's cool. And there's a human working with the Covenant, which is also kind of interesting. And that's not a spoiler. She's in some of the trailers and stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully they don't go fully with the game, but I bet you they're not, just because they've said multiple times they want it to be its own separate thing.
yeah, and I don't mind. Like, I want to see a lot of the same things from the games, but not everything, And by the way, the Spartans are terrific. Like, their costumes look so good, and they're huge and kind of towering over everybody. Like, I really enjoy not just Master Chief, but the other ones, too.
This is just the beginning.
Because there's a few of them. There's like 4 in total, I think.
Yeah.
5 if you count the rogue.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Paul said the same thing, Tom.
Yeah, that is true. The Flood doesn't seem to be the same as in the games, although they may also work up to that. You know, it could be like we see it one way and then it's going to change as time goes on.
Yeah, and that could be different just because the Flood by nature just changes. So,
and it's a violent show. I mean, like, it's pretty cruel about people dying. You know, in the 3rd episode, 2 different people get stabbed in the eye.
well, in the first one, there's people exploding. And
yeah, the first episode in particular was very brutal.
It is rated mature, though.
Yeah, but guys, it's just a good sci-fi show. Like, whether or not you're a huge Halo fan, if you've ever played a Halo, I think that's enough to tell you, hey, I should watch this show.
You don't need to be a Halo fan to like the show. Like,
Yeah,
if you like science fiction in general, you'll probably like Halo.
Exactly. Like, Brandy played a tiny bit of Halo multiplayer with us one time, did you? Or am I remembering wrong?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so she hasn't actually played a Halo, but she, is enjoying the show as well. By the way, this is fully voice acted, which is nice production values. Like a game of this type wouldn't necessarily have voiced cinematics.
Flood hasn't been in the show yet.
Well, no, that's the thing. The thing we saw in the 3rd episode probably is the Flood. You don't think?
No, that was a hunter.
Really?
Yeah, that was a hunter.
Oh, yeah, our bad. No, that makes sense. Okay, we don't want to talk about it much. Like, we don't want to spoil it, but interesting.
Most likely the Flood will show up at some point, but my guess is they'll probably show up in the last episode of the season. That's going to be like their season finale bit, is my guess.
I just hope they keep making it, because, like, to see Halo brought to life and with a fair level of visual integrity, like, not like a super cheap, weak thing like those... Do you remember when they had those, like, video episodes for free through the Halo app? Like, those were not good, right? But this is, like, way nicer than that.
It's higher quality than the last 2 Halo media.
Yeah, exactly.
The Nightfall and the Forward on the Dawn.
So look at that. You can customize your character with stuff. Yeah, I kind of remembered in the back of my mind that they were made of the worm things, so that makes sense. How about that, Perfect Zero?
It's a nod because before she leaves, you see the leg of a hunter. That's what was implying what they were.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, no, you're right, Human Brian. That would definitely be wrong of them. And Brian, have you tried it out yet, or are you going to try it someday? DNA. Man, I don't.
Well, it's Paramount's #1 show performer right now, so
that's true. So it's probably pretty safe, yeah. Unless it gets to where people really hate where the story's going.
Unless it's one of the ones where everybody watched the first episode and was like, "I don't like this," and then it just tanks.
Well, they put like $1 billion into it, so it needs to be number
They've
one.
literally been working. I mean, if you look at the credits, it's still all Showtime stuff because it was supposed to be a Showtime show when it was first made.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like, it was supposed to come out before Paramount and CBS All whatever existed.
Yeah.
That's fine, Brian. I'm glad you're willing to check it out. Yeah, and I hope more of our audience... I mean, it's good to see some of you guys like Bob and Tyranian and Wolfblade are watching it, because I was getting a little frustrated not having anybody in our audience to talk with about it. Good luck. Mission select. Do we still have more of this to do? Workshop. Okay. What are these things? It's just alternate skins. It's calling them palettes, so it's probably just a color swap,
Yeah.
right? So we probably don't need to worry about that yet.
No, there was equipping.
What about the archives? What's this? She's cute. Yeah, I agree. It's cool that she's Hispanic. She's wearing is that called a magatama? The little blue thing? That's rad. Thyrania, did you guys meet through Halo or something?
Welcome to the archives. This is where or it was, at least.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can get Brandy to play one of the Halo games and co-op with me sometime.
That GoldenEye stuff is just all a lie, people. They're not re-releasing it.
If it got rated, that's a good sign.
No. Sorry, people.
Okay, that's Bob's prediction. We'll see what comes to pass. But I mean, there was that time Skies of Arcadia got rated for Xbox, and it never came out, and that's a real shame because Skies of Arcadia is a wonderful RPG.
Perfect Dark was pretty lame on the remake, so
Yeah, but doesn't that just tell us the actual game was lame?
That's because it's an
No, Perfect Dark
N64
was
game.
cool.
The controls are always bad in an N64
well, that's
game.
what GoldenEye is going to be too.
Yeah, well,
You had a terrible controller.
it did have a terrible controller, yes. And also, no, even like, do you remember Time Splitters? Time Splitters 1 and 2 had
Time
weird
Splitters
Perfect
2 was
Dark.
cool.
Yeah, great game, but it had those weird GoldenEye controls, and that always made it not quite as good as it should have been, you know? Like the aiming was
Oh
bad.
yeah, it probably did, huh? Because I played it on GameCube, and you
Yeah.
couldn't really use the C-stick for anything.
Yeah, it wasn't until Time Splitters 3 that it got normal controls, but Time Splitters 3 apparently didn't do very well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to Toronto, or I don't get it. What's the new level? Is it it's not Training Grounds, right? Okay, yeah, she says to go to Toronto. With one of your best friends, that's nice. Speaking of best friends, is the sea ever going to come back to us? No. Itchy nose, say. Okay, scavenger hunt. Find the source. But yeah, I think Brandy might enjoy actual Halo and co-op, but it's not an RPG though, so it's not gonna like grab her heart like Borderlands has done.
I mean,
Anyway, we can
all
pick
of
our
them are on
characters now.
Game Pass, so you can play whichever one you want.
Yeah, Borderlands is way cooler than Halo.
Tyler, you used to like Halo, don't lie.
Nope, never.
Seriously? You're not joking?
No, I don't really like first-person shooters that much.
I
Like
mean,
single-player ones.
I don't like them that much either, but there's been a few over the years that have really struck a note with me. Select augments or just ready. Do you want to select your augments? You might need to.
I don't have any.
Oh, do we truly? No, you click A and then you can pick some. See if you can. So-
Borderlands is 100% an RPG.
Yeah, I mean, Borderlands is Diablo turned into a first-person shooter. And
Yeah,
Diablo
Borderlands is like a simple RPG. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it has a lot of stuff, but it's built on simple RPG mechanics.
Yeah, totally.
It's because you go pew
Skill
pew pew.
trees,
Are these not
Doesn't
both
make
the
it
same?
yeah.
new abilities.
Look at that. Brutal momentum. Executions. I don't quite get. Alright. So I've got 3 things equipped, and I think they mostly don't apply to my character. Achievement! Yay!
I mean, if you look,
One.
it's changing your stats up above.
Congratulations, Dark 6! If she could get downtime. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I mean, we miss her. I'm not intending to pester her. You know, I just, I don't mind people knowing that I miss them. Alright. But I do pester Tyler a lot, and frankly, he deserves it.
Hey, leave me alone.
Push A.
No luck out there, Gina.
Loading? Yeah, that's right. And it deserves a re-release. I mean, just re-release the GameCube version. You don't even have to fix it up at all except for adding widescreen borders, and it still would be wonderful.
What?
Chrono-
Splitters 3?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Skies of Arcadia.
Oh,
Brian was talking about it in chat.
I was like, Time Splitters 3 was after that.
Second rage attack by pressing L plus Y. So we've got L plus X and L plus Y. Is that right? Okay. All right, let's do this. Look at that. I'm an Ultraman guy now.
From the area you cleared
As am I.
Nice.
And my shoulders are bigger than yours.
Too
You're
bad there's
not
not.
monsters anymore. How dare you?
By the way, guys, the interview that I did with the developer for this game is the first interview I'd done in like 4 years. So that was kind of special to me because I always enjoyed interviewing. So it's nice to get to go back. Look at that, a skeleton of a kaiju. All right, where's the bad guys?
Right here.
Just the one? Oh, there's another. Ow! Hey! I'll let you have that one. I want to grab this skeleton. Spix family? Is it seriously called Spix family? Because isn't that racist?
IX family.
Spy? Is he typing it wrong?
No, it's technically the name, but you read it as Spy X family.
I see. Because, guys, I mean, I'm half Mexican myself, and I don't like to be referred to that way.
So I get this gun thing.
Jim,
It's
You
not
do?
Spy
Yeah,
Cross
like-
family.
There's like
oh,
something
could be
weird
that
there.
too.
Spiders family.
Yeah, what's it on, Perfect Zero? We do have Crunchy. Well, we installed Crunchyroll. We're trying to subscribe to it as a premium member, but their payment system was down the other day. Like, it just wouldn't work. And I tweeted them about it, and they never tweeted back. Very unprofessional of them. It's on Crunchyroll, Brian says. So I guess we'll have to check that out.
We're so S-rank.
Yes, we are. We started watching Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai again. Bob, have you checked that out?
I've only watched like the first episode. I was waiting until all of it was out.
Oh, well, that'll be a long wait. I mean, there's 72 episodes now, so you totally could start and catch up by the time they get to the end. Unless you super binge. But anyway, that right now in the mobile game we play Dragon Quest Tact, which I wish Thyrenia would have tried because I bet she would have really liked it, because Dragon Quest Tact is better than Dragon Quest of the Stars. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, Brandy and I both love it, and they're having a Dai event, and you get to get the Dai characters, and that just made us want to watch the show again. Ranking of Kings, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, no, I don't watch that many different animes. Like, I like anime, but, you know, like, I watch a lot of different kinds of shows, so a lot of stuff I haven't tried, but would like to try. By the way, there's no jumping in this game, which is interesting.
I shoot them.
Oh, and I forgot which character I was, like a fool. I don't know why I keep doing that.
All needs his name above his character.
That's what I usually
Yeah,
do.
give me that.
Something like that wouldn't be the worst in the world.
Yeah, it's like very
You
rarely
either
a
do
bad
that,
thing.
or you just make the colors between the characters
Might
just
be an
so
option or
distinct.
something.
Yeah, more distinctive. But I mean, you can unlock different palettes and stuff. So like, if you want to think, I'm always the purple one, you know, you can unlock the color for it and do that. It was a good ending, Vlad says.
Stone was evacuated ages ago. There should be no one here.
Did you play Skies of Arcadia as well, Dark Six?
Of any units in the area.
But I don't want to leave Tyler out too much. Poor Tyler keeps getting left out. Oh, well, Thyrenia, if you do, let us know, because there's a reroll guide to help you know what to get with your free rolls at the beginning of the game to be at more of an advantage, you know? And we run a guild, and, you know, and I run the Facebook group, and our Facebook group is actually, like, one of the best mobile game groups on Facebook. It's very good. Not to brag.
Total brag.
Well, I put a lot of work into it, and we happen to have built up a really good group of people. Sort of like how you guys are a really good group of Facebook. I mean, I'm sorry, of Twitch viewers. My bad. Facebook. Gotcha, Dark Six. I mean, it's been many years for me as well.
No, Paul should watch all of One Piece. That's what he's supposed to do.
Was One Piece the one that somebody recently edited out all the filler stuff for his
I mean,
girl-
that happens to every big series, so who knows?
Yeah, like there was an article on Kotaku about it. This dude edited out all the filler for his girlfriend. It's like, well, that is a nice thing to do. It's, you know, and I'm of two minds about that, because if you like the characters, then filler stuff is usually pretty pleasant. But on the other hand, if you want to ever get to the end of a long show, then filler makes it hard to do. Ah, Brian saw it too. Tyler, what have you been playing lately? I hate to leave you out.
I don't think I've played anything this week.
Seriously, why
Been
not?
lazy.
Aw.
I
Watching
don't know,
stuff?
I've been playing on and off. I've been playing Kenna, Bridge of Spirits or whatever it's called. I guess that hasn't hooked me because I haven't been going into it a lot.
What inspired you to stick with that one over other games?
It's on a shared profile that I have on my system right now, so I want to play it while it's still on there.
That makes sense.
I mean, it's supposedly a good game, and the combat's alright, and it's opening up and getting a little better, but I've
Interesting.
just been lazy.
Aw. So you've been watching your reality shows, I assume?
I watched some of the challenge. I watched
Instead
the
of-
first episode of Moon Knight.
Hey, nice. What'd you think of it?
It was good.
I'm glad
The
to hear
second
that.
one is good too.
Second one is
I think
also
there's
quite
slow
good.
parts, but the first episode was real good. I like that actor. I think his name's
Oscar Isaac? Yeah,
he does really good in the second episode.
He's a
Nice.
sexy dude, that Oscar Isaac.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking
Oh.
forward to that series at this point. It was a real good first episode.
That's great, Tyler.
And I watched Tombstone for the first time.
Oh wow, what'd you think of it?
It was alright. It wasn't my favorite.
I like it a lot. Val
It's
Val
Nothing
Kilmer.
else.
really
Doc
one of the
Holliday.
better
Jay Bronis, thank you.
modern Western movies.
Yeah, I mean it's loosely based on reality, so you got that, which makes it kind of interesting. But Val Kilmer is a very lovable character in that.
Yeah,
one.
he's the best character in it. Like Kurt Russell doesn't really do
Yeah.
an accent or try to do anything.
No, he's just his usual badass self.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he's
what?
never been my favorite. I think the only movie
Aw.
I really like him in is The Thing.
Oh, great in the thing, definitely.
Yeah, so but yeah, Val
And
Kilmer
the hockey
obviously
movie.
kind of steals the show. Sam
Hockey
Elliott's
movie?
good in it.
Oh yeah, you're right, Sam Elliott. Hell yeah.
Couple characters that like almost the whole love story. If it wasn't in there, would have been better.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
doesn't need the romance to side romance.
Yeah, it
really,
doesn't really.
like
It's not really an interesting aspect of it. But yeah, it was interesting. And I watched a movie on Amazon called All the Old Knives with Chris Pine.
Oh wow, is that a sequel to Knives Out?
It's not because there's a
No,
sequel
the
to
Knives Out
called
sequels are out
Knives
now.
Out 2.
Oh, I see. And next you're going to tell me it's not related to Scott Pilgrim versus the World either?
No knives, and there were no
Jeez.
knives in it either
Why do they even call it that?
because they suck.
'Cause there's no knives in it.
I mean,
Come
that
on, guys.
sucks. That sucks.
Part of the name.
Well, tell us about it though. In
It
addition to being a
is-
disappointing sequel to Knives Out, what is it like?
It's a spy, or it's a kind of a suspense movie about. I think it's a fictional terrorist attack. I mean, I'm pretty confident it's a non-real terrorist attack.
I hope.
And like the CIA being involved with it or the FBI. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah. Look at that. We are so S rank. About betrayal, Tom says.
Yeah, there's some betrayal. There's some betrayal in it. I can-
Flawless
I can go with
victory. We got S plus. Go, darling. Look at that. So you get more augments for getting a higher rating. Nice. Last stand. When your life gets real low, you get this. A monster mash. Executing an enemy increases rage generation. Yeah?
that. And I've been watching some of a show called Upload on Amazon.
Oh yeah, what do you think of that one?
That's good. I like it. I just finished the first season.
How many seasons are there?
It's a good premise. I think the second one just came out.
Interesting.
it's about a guy who died and then he chose to upload himself to the internet,
It's
basically.
like a virtual heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It's by Greg Daniels, who has like, I mean, he worked on King of the Hill and The Office, and he's a pretty big pedigree.
And what kind of stuff happens in this show, you know, in this heaven of his?
Well, you
Is
have
it a
to
spoiler?
pay for it all. There's like microtransactions, so his girlfriend is the one who has his account, so he's kind of like locked into what his girlfriend tells him to do, and then he meets someone else and all that stuff.
Wow. Thank you for the follow, Miku Zillus. Or Zeus, one of those two. I'm thinking it's Zillus because maybe it's based on Godzilla. We are playing a kaiju game after all.
Kaiju.
Not as good as the first, Horror Acolyte says. Yeah, we may have to check that out sometime because it certainly sounds intriguing. Chat, let's see what chat does. So these are just little story conversations.
Oh, Miss Anai. Is there something I can help you with?
Fully voiced again, which is nice.
I'm looking for any information you have.
So what do you think of the visuals in this game, Tyler?
Really?
I like them.
Such an exciting topic.
Nice. The
Yeah, these scenes are maybe a little bit less exciting, but they're fun.
Oh,
Of course.
of course.
And I mean, if you didn't care what they were talking about, you could just skip through them.
Amazing.
6 years of training.
We're not
But-
good at the chat.
I'll notice the shading, you know, like in-game, the cell shading they uses, like the shading is like real dark. You know, it reminds me of, I think Ben 10 looks like that, the cartoon of Ben 10. Do you guys in the audience know? But there's been some cartoons where they shade with like a whole lot of black on the characters, and that's what it reminds me of.
Which Ben 10? There's been like 10 of them.
I'm thinking of the original, but yeah.
I don't know anything about Ben 10.
I reviewed a couple of Ben 10 games, one or two games, and I got mildly into it at the time because it's a pretty, for a kid's show, it's pretty good, you know. It's not one of those shows like Steven Universe where it's aiming at adults too. So it's just a kid's show, but it reminds me a little bit of Batman the Animated Series and stuff, like in tone. But anyway, R&D. Let's go to workshop. Maybe we should, well, we got 8,000 now. And I guess you can replay levels and try to get higher ratings in order to unlock more stuff. There we go. I've unlocked a color palette. Now let's go do a mission. We're still stuck in Toronto, but now we've got third level to try. So that's good.
The scavengers you rescued have provided us invaluable
Mighty Max. Oh, you're right. Mighty Max totally did that too.
territory that our drones can reach. A research team led by Dr. Ivakin requested permission to enter the restricted zone to verify the data. Against my better judgment, I let them go. 1 hour ago, we lost contact.
A solid 10 out of 10. Brilliant horror acolyte.
Understood. We'll head out right away.
I think I get Jimmy Neutron and Ben 10 and Danny Phantom confused.
Really?
They're all like boys' first names in the.
They're also like
Yeah,
decades each apart.
name-wise. Wait,
I like this.
what are we selecting down at the bottom?
Danny,
Oh, it's your
Ben,
character, right? Yeah.
Jimmy.
So,
Don't forget
we're gonna
that
stick-
Johnny Quest.
Oh yeah, but Johnny
Yeah.
Quest is like
Tempest!
that one. I know. I know Johnny Quest.
Right on, last stand. I don't quite understand how we're unlocking these different. What am I picking here? It made me pick 3 things before, but now I can only pick 2 of the same one.
If you look, it changes your stats.
Yeah. This is, and I mean, this is totally what I get for like not paying a lot of attention to the story, which I just don't do during a stream. When I'm really playing, I do. But anyway,
You're in on this one.
let's go. Yeah, Mighty Max was a cool toy line. I never actually owned any because I was a little too old for it, but they were neat. I've seen some little Ninja Turtles playsets that use the same concept, you know? I don't know if they were official or if it was like a custom thing somebody did.
Jono.
Jono, there you are. We missed you, dude. How are you today? I assume it's in the morning in Australia? Is this the morning? Sorry.
So at lunchtime? It'd be lunchtime, probably.
Ah. If you say so.
Yep. it's
Yep,
noon.
noon.
Good call.
I like destroying the overpasses.
So
It's
guys,
like a
we've-
16-hour difference depending on what part of Australia he's in. So
Ah. Guys, we finished the first season of Resident Alien today. Do we have anyone in the audience who has checked this show out, or is it kind of an unknown show?
the Netflix one?
No, Resident Alien is a sci-fi channel show, and it's
I
also
heard
on
Resident
Peacock.
Evil.
Oh yeah, no.
Resident Evil. I know Resident Evil.
Sounds like a bad show. Oh, Javors, good to see you.
That
That's awesome.
That one.
No.
has
It's got
a
Alan
Jill-
Tudyk
That
in
one
it.
has a
That's
Jill
all that
Sandler.
matters.
Oh God,
Yeah,
he's a
I mean, if-
great actor.
Yeah,
in
if you know
that.
who
I
Alan
just-
Tudyk is, you like him, right? Because he's extremely awesome, and he's terrific in it. He's the main character.
Redhead guy.
Yeah.
He's in it.
I believe on the wind.
Oh, neat. I didn't know that.
But I don't. I mean, I've seen him in a million things.
Uh-oh.
I can't place him in anything major that he's been in.
Well, he was in
Um,
Firefly and Serenity.
Yep.
They-
Fireflies.
yeah.
Never saw
Serenity.
those.
A certain character gets killed off in Serenity, and it makes me just not even like Firefly anymore. So, go Joss Whedon.
Let's see. He was
Well, that's
in.
what happened. They wanted
He was-
so much more Firefly. They get the movie, and everybody was like, "That's not what we wanted."
Yeah, they flushed it down the toilet. They're like, okay, a little more Firefly? Well, let's just kill all the characters you
Doom
like.
Patrol.
Not cool. Yeah, he was in the first season of Doom Patrol, but not the second season. He was in the movie Tucker and Dale. Was
Yes, Tucker and Dale.
Tucker and Dale is a very good
Save the
horror
World.
comedy.
It's NBC.
Yeah, something or like
superhero
Fight
comedy,
Evil or something.
Powers.
Oh, he was in Powers.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
boss of Powers and Bruce Wayne's cousin.
Javors, I wish it was an alternate universe, but no, I think it's in continuity. Like the comics that they still make follow the movie.
Yeah, because the movie has a big background story for a group of characters. Like, the movie was supposed to explain a whole group's motivation.
Yeah, I'm just saying the movie ruined the franchise for me. Like it was to me, even if it is a well-made movie in some ways, I really don't like where the story went, and there's no more Firefly for me. So that's what not to do. It's the same thing that happened with Torchwood. Did anybody watch Torchwood? Tyler, you've never seen it, have you?
No.
Well, Torchwood is a spin-off of Doctor Who, right? And over the course of the 3 or 4 seasons of Torchwood, they killed off virtually every character. So it's like I just cared less and less about
it's
it.
all
As
like 2, and then and if you count Jack. So.
yeah, I mean, you have 1 or 2 characters who stick around the whole way, but no, once they kill those characters, even though it was dramatic when it was happening, it's like afterwards, I don't like Torchwood anymore. Like, why'd you do that?
Game of Thrones kills a lot of characters.
Yeah,
But it covers a lot of characters in the book too.
yeah.
I mean, that was the whole thing about it. Is it's
Game of
kill
Thrones
everybody.
keeps a lot of characters around. Torchwood is a show that has like 6 or 7 characters. So
But that's very common.
once
for
they're all
British
gone,
television. They love just changing out characters and.
I mean, it's just too bad. They lost me because the characters are what make me want to watch something. So that says L plus Y. Is it going to do anything? It's not doing anything. Oh, did it do something? I can't even tell if it did.
I think if you walk up to it and pick it up.
I forgot who I was again because I'm a fool. Ah.
That's usually my problem.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Javors. That's a good point. Although there was a pilot of a Sarah Jane spinoff before the real Sarah Jane show, and that pilot I thought was pretty good. Like, I wish they had made that a show back when she was young and wouldn't have died during the making of the show. 'Cause poor Sarah Jane.
I wish they had made more Primeval. That's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
like.
I liked... Well, that's another one, though. I liked Primeval, then they start killing off characters, and I'm like, what even is this show anymore? Like, the main character, they kill him off in the first or second season, and I just didn't understand why they did that. Maybe the guy quit or something.
You can't go through those. They bottleneck you.
Oh, wow, that's awesome, Javors. His wife met David Tennant.
I
Was he at a
know.
convention?
I'm like, I'm jealous too.
Could be Javors. But I wanted to talk about...
But that's also a show about a murder doll. Like, murder is part of the show.
Yeah, like, if it's a horror show, you can reasonably expect that a lot of people will be killed. Although, I will say again that spoiled Evil Dead for me. Evil Dead killed off a character or 2 that I really liked, and it was like, the show, it wasn't as fun as I wanted it to be. It was too dark.
Walking
When they-
Dead killed a popular character and everyone hated it.
Really?
Kind of fell off popularity
What
after
did?
that.
I missed the
And
name.
what did you think of that, Tyler? Or did
Oh, I
you
don't know. I
not?
didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. I see.
Never watched
You
What
just
show?
remembered them talking about
And
it.
that guy
Walking
died.
Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was still watching the show at that point.
It's like
Oh,
right,
that's-
and it might not have been the only reason people stopped watching, but it was right around that point.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
the ratings, when they killed that one character, yeah, it's when the ratings dropped a ton.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah,
as
they-
I said, I don't know. I just got over it. It wasn't that made me stop watching. It was just me.
Man, the stream is going by too fast, guys.
Because he started 35 minutes
Yeah,
late.
yeah, you started the stream 3 times.
You're right. Would you guys be okay if we went to the 45 mark?
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. So I don't want to underserve the game. I mean, we're not even talking about it that much, but we're having a lot of fun playing it, and hopefully everybody thinks it looks cool.
They're my favorite character. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Ow! Ow! Nope. Don't do that. Give me that building. Or whatever it is. Yeah, Walking Dead, it's amazing how much it goes on. And they're finally on the final season, but then they have spin-offs, so really they're just keeping it going, but retooling it. So, I don't know if that's good or not. Yeah, this guy plays pretty well. He's fun. Although, I think I like the head ripping off guy just because he can rip off their heads, and that's fun to constantly do. Is Negan still that good? I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a good actor, of course.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh no. Yeah, just make sure you're dodging. Ow. which I forget to do as well.
I mean, it's the same character he played in the Watchmen movie.
Is he similar to the comedian?
From what I've seen, yeah.
Interesting.
Seen
Isn't
Watchmen
he just-
forever. I didn't even remember he was in it.
I've been wanting to watch the Watchmen show, so we
Yeah, I
really
want
need
to
to
watch the
watch.
show. I heard the show is good.
Yeah, everyone says that.
I need to go get that. Oh, we're done.
And then Damon Lindelof, who finally made something good, doesn't want to do a follow-up. Isn't that funny?
Your favorite guy. He made
Yeah, I mean,
Lost. The best show ever.
If you say so. I mean, Matt Young sure thought so, but he was
I
also
mean, if
crazy.
you ask most people, the first 2 seasons of Lost were the best thing ever, and then it literally just went like a...
Which is wrong
dive
because
down.
it gets better. The last seasons are actually interesting. The first 2 seasons are just a stupid survival show.
I mean, the show had nowhere. They had no end game in mind. You know, they're always like, let's do more mysteries, and
Yeah,
Then
they
they-
didn't tie up everything very well.
exactly. And I hate that style of writing, which is totally J.J. Abrams and Damon Lindelof's thing. You know,
Didn't
mystery
he make?
boxes.
Yeah, but didn't he make Alien Covenant?
No. Wait, did Damon Lindelof write Alien Covenant? He might have. He wrote Star Trek Into
I thought
Dumbness, and that's
Covenant
one of
was
the worst
written by
movies I've
the
ever
same
seen.
person as Lost.
Yeah, we can get a health upgrade now.
But I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Dang, but we don't have enough money for it. What's that 5 Megadon pallet turtle? Why would that be worth more than the other one? Anyway. New York Comic Con? Fancy. Chat and
I want to
archives.
go
No,
there.
we're-
They have lots of cool
We
toys.
must take Toronto back.
yeah, somebody had like, oh yeah, there's a convention in Chicago. Was it Chicago or someplace? It has like a convention exclusive Geordie LaForge teddy bear. What was his name? It was like LaForge Bear or something. But like, it was a really nice teddy bear. I was like, dang, I wish that wasn't exclusive because I would order that.
Who's Geordie LaForge from Star Trek?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Star Trek: The Next
conventions
Generation.
always have stuff like that.
They do. I mean, there's super nice action figures, and you have to buy them on eBay afterwards and all that.
That spawn more and more Nephilim.
Back when I went to Transformers conventions, I got some very nice convention exclusives, and those exclusives have only gotten nicer over the years. Good luck, everybody.
Figure it out.
Because they know they make small batches, they know they'll sell, so they make them high quality.
That is a fair point. Wait, am I being Megadon? I guess I'm being Megadon. That means I need to select augment, so...
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. So, the drawings they show makes you think it's only for one particular character, but I don't think that's actually the case, is it? No, it's not.
Pretty close. San Diego is probably most people say it's probably better just because it's a bigger show.
Synchronization complete.
Yeah, New York's probably the second biggest one, I would say. I mean, San Diego is, kind of known as the big one, but New York's pretty big from what I've heard.
I'd like to attend one with Brandy. I'm still not really comfortable with being around large groups of
Yeah,
people.
I went to the Salt Lake one, and it was weird.
That's
several
because you
months
went in
ago.
Salt Lake. That's Salt Lake for you.
Did you wear a
Well,
mask,
yeah,
Tyler,
but
or did you
just-
not worry about it?
I wore a mask the whole time, yeah, but this was
Good
several
man.
months ago, too.
I see.
But yeah, it's still weird being in huge groups. But yeah, Salt Lake's is pretty small comparatively. Mostly people just go for the autographs.
Neat, Javors. I've always...
There's no cool vendors or anything.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, no, I went to PAX South back when they still had it, because it's been killed, and I really enjoyed both times I went. And I went to PAX East once.
That's because they just couldn't get support for South.
Yeah, it's a shame. I don't see why. Just time it right and everything. Maybe because Texas is so hot. Texas... there's a lot of bands who like to skip Texas when they tour because of the heat.
Possibly. Isn't there a big concert show in Austin every year?
Yeah, the
Austin's big
X-
music area.
right.
But Austin's also cooler.
South by
PAX
Southwest or whatever.
South was in San Antonio.
Yeah, Austin is in a cooler part of the state. But again, that particular thing, it's big, they're going to go to that. But when they're just doing their regular tours, they'll often skip Houston and similar cities.
Parts of Texas can get well over 100, Iggy.
Yeah,
It's the non-coastal areas.
E3 was too hot.
Yeah, we don't really hit 110 ton here, Icky. Only in like really desolate desert areas will that consistently get that hot.
The top part.
July and
hundreds
August.
El Paso. The warmest parts would be the left side and the top side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
July and August, you can get over 100.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Easy.
Phoenix will hit 110 plus.
Wow.
Throughout the summer, a lot.
Phoenix is not in Utah, is it?
No, last time I checked.
Oh, what made you think of Phoenix then?
Oh, because Icky was just asking if it got to 110.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah,
I see,
it's
I
like
see.
Texas gets above 100. I
Yeah.
remember living in Texas and where it was like 105 plus for weeks at a time.
Yeah, even where we live, sometimes it will top 100. Not that often, but sometimes. Spaz pull. That's not very nice. We say P around here. Tez dude's head off. We live in a small town, so we actually don't have any homeless people. You know, like, you will see them occasionally, but much less than a big city.
I live in a small town and it has a huge homeless population.
Really? Dang. That's a
Yep.
shame.
Like I bet my town is smaller than yours.
What's
A lot.
what's the problem? Too many Republicans?
No, it's just has a small homeless population.
Well, there must be some reason. But, yeah, I guess that kind of thing's hard to figure out. Fast Pull says they send them to the next town.
We did very bad on that.
Dang. Well,
There are
then,
towns that
Utah
do that
sends them to
still.
California
It's
in
quite
winter
funny.
'cause they'd rather be
yeah,
there.
they literally
Yeah.
stick them on a bus.
yeah, that's the weirdest thing.
Free
But-
bus ticket.
Yep.
And Lyle says the police catch them. What do they do with them after they catch them, Lyle? You need that, Brandy.
Yes, badly.
They give them a bus ticket, and then the bus takes
Come
them
on.
like 2 towns over.
But in Malaysia,
There
what do
we
they
go.
do? They may execute them or something.
They don't execute them. It says the police round them up.
Yeah, but after rounding them up, what do they do with them?
Maybe they do kill them.
They can't keep them in jail forever. That would just fill up all the jails. What's that, Jono? What's that even mean? You wrote
I
it
think
down
they
to
bring them
battery.
to those old house like
Oh.
government.
Spaz rode a subway, which I haven't been on since I've been to San Antonio many years. It's been several years now. Not San Antonio, sorry, San Francisco. But
And I was in New York.
I miss it. I really enjoyed San Francisco. Visiting, obviously, not living. It's impossibly expensive. Ha! Take that! Oh, look at that! Oh! Oh, I stuck my hand in him and he blew up. Kids, don't try this at home. Oh. That's a wild divorce.
Did Brandy ask why kids shouldn't attack giant monsters that are destroying a cities at home?
But
Wait, why are there giant monsters? I mean, this game's
No, I
storytelling.
just, Paul said, don't ask why. And then
Oh.
Brandy literally asked why.
Lyle thought I was grabbing him in the junk.
Les is drunk is around his neck. I don't think so.
So, I mentioned Resident Alien earlier. Did anyone in the audience say they had seen it? Like, are we the only ones who watch this show? Because it's actually a very good show.
There
And, like,
was
a
one
lot
or
of
two people that said they saw it.
Yeah, a lot of you guys like Alan Tudyk, apparently, so that's a good reason to try it out. But in this show, he plays an alien who has crash landed on Earth, and he is masquerading as a human. Like, he's able to change the shape of his body, so he's pretending to be human. But like, it's both a comedy, because like there's a lot of humor mined from him not being like a normal person, you know. But it's also got like, I mean, there's violence and killing and intrigue and stuff.
This way.
Some X-Files stuff with the government trying to catch him and different things. It's just a really fun show, and it's got like the scale of Lucifer. You know, like if you watch Lucifer, you know, it like feels a little bit small scale compared to what the story could tell. But it's just really well done. Like, the characters are all lovable, and they think of interesting things for all of them to do across the season. And we're having a good time with it. And Tom said the second season is as good as the first season. Yeah, we just watched the season premiere of season 2, so that's as far as we are right now.
She killed me.
And that's all I had to say about that show. Oh, God, I gotta revive you. Sorry. Oh, what did I just do? I'm coming, darling.
Baspel lives in New York.
It says left and right. I'm pushing left and right.
Yeah, and it does have Sarah Connor in it. Oh, you got up finally. Yeah, Sarah Connor playing a military person.
Yeah, it was weird.
What's the actress who plays Sarah Connor? I can't think of her name. Do you know it, Tyler?
No. Are you talking about Terminator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Meg Ryan lookalike.
I'm not a huge Terminator fan.
I like Terminator 1, 2, 3, and even Salvation, although Salvation's probably not good, but I still like it. And I saw it in the theater. I saw 3 and Salvation.
Okay. Baspel was talking about New York, but he lives outside Boston.
I haven't watched the latest 2 Terminators, though. Like, they both look terrible.
I tried watching Chuck, but I couldn't get it.
I've seen Genesis. I haven't seen Fate.
Which one's the newest one?
Fate.
Gotcha. Everybody, please read my latest articles. I wrote about iArcade and also the recent House of the Dead remake for Nintendo Switch. And we are hoping to do a stream for House of the Dead remake with prizes, you know, but they didn't get back to us in time. But they did give us prizes for Panzer Dragoon remake from the same publisher, so we're really hoping they will say yes. However, it's a short game. It's like a 40-minute game or so, so we would have to play through it twice to do a stream.
Do they swear a bunch?
No. The original House of the Dead was not like that. It's just a charming Japanese horror game, you know?
That you used a typewriter to kill people with.
No, that's Typing of the Dead, not House of the Dead. Oh, sorry. Okay, how much time have we got? We're going to do at least one more level because we decided we'd go a little late. Inventory. Workshop. We still don't have enough to get the health upgrade. Yeah, that's true, Lyle. There are different paths. But it's like, the paths are all based on whether you killed a particular enemy or not. Like, are we going to remember, by the way, you have to let this enemy live, or you have to kill this enemy. That's the only hard thing. Okay, we've got a 5th level here. This game has something like 40-something levels. I don't know. It's got a lot of levels. This is what they told us in our interview. You're welcome, Panda P.
That's a lot of beating them up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it meant to have a ton of replayability and just a ton of stuff in it. They wanted a fast game.
I agree that Terminator 2 is the best one, but do you enjoy the ones that come after, like any of them? Because I still think 3 is like... 3 is sort of like Jurassic Park 3, in that it's dumber and not as good, but still fun, you know? And then Salvation is its own weird thing.
Salvation is good. It's better lore-wise, but there are parts of it that are not good.
Yeah.
And then, like Genesis and Fate, you have to be okay with them changing the background a lot.
Yeah, there is that. Actually, you know, there's a TV show, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, that went for 2 seasons, and people say it was good. What else have we watched?
It had the girl from Firefly.
Oh, neat. Which one? The prostitute or
the
crazy one?
The crazy one. She was the Terminator, right?
She was so annoying in Firefly, and then apparently, wasn't it in Serenity they made her not be crazy anymore?
No, she was crazy.
She was still crazy in Serenity.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
learned why she was crazy in the movie.
Yeah, I got tired. I got a little tired of her. Speaking of which, Moon Knight. So Tyler's only seen the first episode. You've seen both, right? Haven't you, Bob?
I have seen both. I like the Steve suit better than the other suit.
The Steve suit at least doesn't look like it's CG, so that's nice. But it's cool that they worked both of his different outfits into the show. And he may have even had other outfits in the comics, but those are the only two I know about.
Is one like a mummy wrap suit? One's more like a traditional superhero suit.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like a
actually,
suit.
Yeah, it's sort of like just a white business suit with a
Has
mask on.
suit. Like, yeah,
Oh,
actual
okay.
suit. Yeah.
But it's just that when he's wearing the mummy-ish suit, it seems to be completely computer generated. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
There was a scene where I'm pretty sure it wasn't CGI because he was just standing there. But
Oh.
when he's moving, they do make it CGI because they want it to, like, the wrappings to move.
Yeah, and I wish they wouldn't, because it's totally a costume that anybody could make and wear, you know, like the real costume. Like, there's no reason to make it look fake the whole time it's on screen.
This is the reason why the suit might be better, just because it's a suit. So they didn't have to make it any...
Yeah, thankfully. But I was going to say, the main character, what's his name, Steve? Is that his name?
Yeah, Steve is the normal guy, if you want to say.
Yeah, so Steve is kind of charming and funny, which is nice, but I was getting a little impatient with him. Just kind of his reluctance to... Yeah, he's whiny.
He was still trying to be in denial about it. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he's whiny and in denial. And it was getting a bit old, and finally, thankfully, they kind of shifted the balance of things in the most recent episode, but I wish they wouldn't have made him like that. In the comics, he is not whiny like that, you know, so it was their own... The thing is, they're giving Oscar Isaac a ton of creative freedom, and he's not...
They wanted him to be the character, that's why.
Yeah, did you hear, like, he's not even under contract to do another season or other appearances, which is like, okay, well, you got him to be a cool Moon Knight, but, like, I mean, there should be more Moon Knight. If he doesn't want to do it, what are you going to do? You know, that kind of sucks.
Don't make it the girl, they've already said that.
Well, yeah, I guess they can do that.
Like, they've already built it into the show.
True. And I'm an Idiot says he's liking it too. That's good.
But I don't know the numbers. I haven't heard anything about Moon Knight doing great numbers or doing bad numbers. So
Neither have I, but I mean, I hope it's doing well. People like Oscar Isaac, obviously. Tyler, what do you think of the bad guy, Ethan Hawke's character?
Him in the first episode. I like Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, and we get to learn more about him in the second one, which is obviously not a spoiler, but I mean, like,
That's good.
But it's
Oh,
cool.
I like the Egyptian kind of stuff that they're talking about.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, that is something that makes like Moon Knight. If you just saw his costume, you would think he was kind of like just another Batman type character. But the Egyptian mythology aspect of it makes him
if
different.
you just saw the Egyptian version, you'd just think, oh, he's Egypt Batman.
And yeah, Khonshu, the god that he serves, is pretty interesting so far. And in the comics, sometimes Khonshu is good and sometimes he's not. So you can't really tell how it's going to be in the show.
Yeah, and they've done that in the show, it looks like, too.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I love the little loading icon. There's more than one, but like
Yeah,
I
there's
mentioned.
more
You
than
catch this will be hard to explain while trying not to spoil it. Did you catch the little nod about the character? Because you're familiar with the original character, but did
Yeah.
you catch the nod that they implied that the other
but-
guy is during like the car scene when they're in the car and they're looking at his past?
What was implied in that?
It'd be a spoiler if I said it.
Oh.
But basically, since you know about the character, like, they implied, they just didn't tell Steven that.
I mean, they talked about his origin, and I hope they will show it eventually. You know, like, right? I mean, we don't want to talk too much more about that.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. It's hard to without spoiling it.
yeah. So, too bad Tyler's not caught up. Dang it, Tyler.
I know. slacking.
Well, other people would.
No, hey,
be
Tyler, you
glad.
watched the first episode. That's pretty... Normally you wait longer to watch things, so
I
we're
do
glad.
usually, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, guys, next week we're hoping to talk about the new Star Trek: The Motion Picture Director's Edition that just came out on Paramount Plus.
Not,
Not
next week.
I watched
Oh,
it.
oh,
For
next
some
time we
reason,
come
they have
back,
a
sorry.
minute of a space scene, and then they do like the graphic and the intro, and then
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. It's literally like space and music, and then here's the Paramount logo after that, after a minute. And then you're
Is-
like, oh, okay. And then it goes back, and then there's more space intro. And you're like,
Was the
this
regular
edited?
movie like that? I don't remember. The regular movie is very slow, though. Well, okay, in 2 weeks we're going to talk about it. So, hey, me and Tyler have 2 weeks to watch it. So,
the ship design is nice looking in the
oh,
remake.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sure was nice in the original, so.
The
Can't
alien.
wait. I can't wait for the
Oh,
8-minute long pan around the ship. That's
That
such
part
a-
is so good. I promise it is. I mean, it's
So
blasting. It's blasting the Next Generation theme music, which is wonderful, you know, and you get this just great look at the ship. I love it. But I mean, in case you didn't know, the reason they did that in the first place is because, firstly, people had never gotten a particularly good look at the ship because the original series couldn't do very much with the little model they had, right?
Yeah, because it was just, they would just see it sitting there. So, you know, they never did close-ups or anything like that. It was with camera shake sometimes.
Yeah, and besides that, also the show, they had not made any new Star Trek for so many years. And they're like, hey, let's let people enjoy seeing the Enterprise again, and that's how they did it.
Yeah, they're all old in that movie.
Indeed. Well, I mean, they get older and older, don't they?
I know. I bet they do, considering it's the first and there's like 7, right?
So the
Yes.
only one left alive is Shatner. Everyone else is... and
Nowadays. Oh, no, Sulu, too. Sulu's alive.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
there's 3 left.
Nicole Nichols alive?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think she is, too. No, yeah, only DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, and Leonard Nimoy are the dead ones.
And Scotty and Uhura.
I just list. No, Uhura's still alive, isn't she?
No, she died. She had that medical disease.
Did she?
Oh.
Does
Or
everyone
she's
agree?
still alive, just is like not around because of the medical disease. But I thought she died of it.
Oh. Hey, Panda P, we're
Yeah, 'cause she had bad health issues just like Scotty did.
dang. Yeah, no, I really didn't think she was dead either, so we need to double check
Okay,
on
so
that.
she must still be alive then. Okay. She's just in poor health.
Yeah, well, no wonder she's like 100. So, but I met her in real life. She's the only one I met in real life at a convention when I was only in 5th grade. You know, I went with one of my 2 uncles who are. I'm not very close with either one of them, unfortunately. You know, but this one time my uncle did something with me, and it was very nice. Oh, hello, Mikuzillis. We're glad you're with us. Yeah, we talk about, we just talk about whatever we've been watching lately and things like that on the stream. It's not like we always talk about.
Oh, yeah, and
Sci-Fi.
that's big
all
news
sorts of
that
nerd crap.
Picard
Yes.
is ending with the season 3 and a full
Anime.
TNG reunion.
Yeah, that's kind of exciting. I'm glad.
Dragon Quest mobile games.
Sometimes, not always. But anyway, yeah, if you guys in the audience want to keep up with us as far as the motion pictures director's cut that just got made in 4K because it was never in HD before, never. So it's like your chance to see it looking really nice, right?
Well, I don't have
Well-
a 4K TV.
Poor Tyler. But at least you can see it in 1080p, yes. Because SD, I'm sure you'll agree, SD doesn't look very good in HD, right? You know, when you're watching on an HD source.
Yeah, it looks
Usually
horrible.
not. Yeah. So, it is based on Godzilla. That's cool. No, it's a cool name, Mikuzillis. We're glad to meet you. For everybody who's just joining us, every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, we always stream a different game, and we usually give out really cool prizes. Often the game that we're streaming. Not tonight, but next time we will in 2 weeks. Everybody, I hope you've had a good time as we played Dawn of the Monsters for Xbox. It is also on PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Steam, and even Stadia. I mean, this game is on everything because WayForward likes to support Stadia for some reason. I guess Stadia pays them. Google pays them. But, yeah, it is a $30 game, but it is a really big game. And you can see it's got some good production values. I mean, they voiced all the cinematics, and they didn't have to do that. And the graphics are pretty good, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, like if you like kaiju stuff, you know, like our new viewer, Mikuzilla, Oh, nice. I'm an idiot. That's my favorite one. Star Trek 4 is my favorite.
We watched.
Anyway, yeah, we just watched it a few weeks ago, and it's still wonderful. And Brandy's daughter, who had never seen Star Trek anything before, quite enjoyed it.
6 is the best one.
That's the one where it goes, con!
No, that's 2.
That's 2. Yeah.
Tyler's favorite is 2.
2, 4, and 6 are all great in their own ways, right? But 4 is my favorite. Anyway, Dawn of the Monsters is $30. If you like beat 'em ups and or kaiju, I consider it a must-buy. It's very, very good. And Way Forward just about only makes good games, you know, and they had a big hand in the process of developing and releasing this. Look forward to my review, guys. Like, we will publish our review hopefully by the time of the next stream, and I hope you'll all read it, at Co-Optimus, where I write. I'm the editor at Co-Optimus. Kaiju 'em up. I got to use that in the review, don't I, Tyler? Anyway, I'll also have
You gotta have the puns, Paul. You gotta.
But anyway, I want to thank Icky for running the contest. Tyler, thanks for being an excellent co-host as always.
Yep, happy to be here.
Bob Jones, thanks for joining us. It was really nice having you around.
No problem.
Brandy Bill, thank you for playing with me.
Always.
Thanks to all of you guys for hanging out with us. Super extra special thanks to our subscribers who are our best supporters. We love you guys a lot. And we love everybody. So it's always great hanging out with you. We love you. And remember, don't hate. Appreciate.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See?
I don't know, hold the little SOBs.
We're right about our neck.
Maybe this achievement will hold the little SOBs. Yes.
All the achievements in the game are for little SOBs.
That's perfect, Tyler. Good to see you, Horror Acolyte. I'm an Idiot. Thyrenia, Wolfblade, Perfect Zero, Panda P, BX Latino Heat, Chicago, Jono, Braumeister. Who else? We had the new Godzilla guy. What was his name?
Mikuzillas.
Yeah, Mikuzilla. It's really nice meeting you, and I hope you'll come back to us in 2 weeks. Darker Player. Who else was here tonight? I know there were others. Spazpol and Javors. Always nice to see both of them.
Javors has his own emojis.
Does he really?
I don't know. Yeah.